it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we are reacting to another episode of the Book of Boba Fett with episode number 5 of this season. I am so excited for the conclusion for this season. We've only got 3 episodes left remaining, but it is definitely setting up to be a very, very tasty conclusion, especially with a certain Mandalorian being involved. So, yeah, that iconic jingle at the end of last week's episode. Yeah, I read a comment on another video, and it spoke about how it's so amazing how Mando's theme has already become so iconic within the Star Wars community, and that is definitely the case because we all reacted in hope and excitement, and I'm excited to see. I'm assuming this being the episode that Mando's going to be involved in, because it could be until like the very last episode of the season, but it is easy to have even someone stand in for Pedro Pascal in the Mandalorian armor. So yeah, but either way, I am pretty excited that he will be adding muscle to Team Boba, I guess, as well as maybe potentially a few others, because I don't know. There is still a part of me that is expecting someone like Bosk to emerge potentially, but who knows? But I am excited to see where things will go for this episode of the Book of Boba Fett. So with that said, let's get into episode number 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. Let's go. Straight in, we're doing this, baby. Mando! Woo!
Let's discuss our options.
I can bring you in warm.
Oh.
Or I can bring you in cold.
Yes, what a callback. Oh my god. So good. Oh shit! Oh! It's still early days, I'm guessing, but bloody hell!
Your boss is dead. I'm here to collect on his bounty. I have no trouble with any of you. There's a pile
just
of
how he's walking out with his head.
I have no right to.
So
Do
badass.
me the honor of letting me pass. You all can help yourselves to whatever you think you deserve from your former employer.
Oh, so cold. Whoa. Have you ever taken an elevator ride with someone bringing in a head? That's not normal for you? Just loving the shooting already. The camera work. Yeah, you need some ointment for that. And the armorer! The armorer! Yes! Oh, I'm glad we're seeing her again. Ugh.
Tend to him.
But he was sent off to the New Republic for interrogation, and he will face justice for his crimes.
Until he gets out again. Right?
This is true. The blood of millions of our kind is on his hands.
Then he will be
Can't blame them for
his
being
crimes
for
by the
feeling
Republic
bitter.
Tribunal.
And for armor, not weapons.
Then forge it into armor.
Oh, we're gonna get rid of the staff? I mean,
The dark saber is a more noble weapon for you to wield.
I was gonna say he's got the dark saber now, but still. F in the chat.
We would have not survived the Great Purge.
Oh shit, are we going to Mandalore? Woo!
Those born of Mandalore strayed away
Oh
from
my
the
god!
path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
Holy shit!
Of our creed, loyalty and solidarity are the way.
What shall I forge for the foundling?
We're gonna see Grogu in season 3. Come on. I will cry.
You are fighting against the blade.
The weight
You
is
should
not
be fighting against your
compatible for him
opponent.
at the
Stand
minute.
up.
Oh man.
Maybe the Darksaber belongs in someone else's hands.
Uh-oh. Is he cashing in?
Maybe.
It was forged by my ancestor, founder of House Vizsla.
And now it belongs to me.
Because you
Oh.
wanted in combat back to my clan. And our fate will end yours.
Yeah, I don't think so. The thing though, Mando's gonna let him live, surely, like, obviously, when he inevitably gets the upper hand.
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Come on!
I beg you for your forgiveness. How can I atone?
Leave, apostate.
According to Creed,
Imagine losing that.
I know everything that's in there.
Just imagine losing that luggage. Foy. Including, like, especially with the Darksaber in mind. That was wholesome. That was wholesome. Even shaped like Grogu as well.
A pleasant stay. We hope to see you again very soon.
That's a BD droid! BD! Oh!
No, please. Oh.
That was a BD droid!
There, move that end.
I don't have time for this.
Hang on a second. Do you have any idea what this is? This is an N1 starfighter.
Yeah, it's a
handmade
Naboo
for the Royal
starfighter.
Guard and commissioned personally by the Queen of Naboo.
This is a pile of junk.
Oh!
Do you want your credits back?
Yes.
No skin up my dip swap. Droids, get this baby up and going. You know, it'd be a lot faster if you helped.
Oh man.
Just a little. No, a little higher. Can I meet them?
Yeah, sure. R5! See if the Jawas are still out back. Dated a Jawa for a while. They're quite furry. Very
Oh! Okay!
A lot of issues. Oh, here they are.
If I give them a list of parts, could
She's
they
full
get
of
them for me?
surprises, never ceases to amaze me.
Where does this panel go? Thanks, little guy.
Oh! Can we get Cal in live action, please?
Do you know how lucky you are that I got my hands on this baby? I got it. They said they crawled under a pike spice runner and crimped it off while they were refueling.
Gutsy little fellas.
Let me tell you something, pikes do not mess around.
Wow.
Since they're moving spice through the system, everything's gone to hell. Everyone's afraid
Nice
of
tying
them,
to
and law
Boba.
enforcement won't even go near them.
Droid port.
I hogged it out. You know, I figured with your disposition, you'd want to forego the astromech. Hey! Watch your language around
But
the
it's
customers.
so perfect for Grogu. does make a bit of a difficulty for the whole bounty hunting shtick, but
There's a gone scomp jack.
There you go. Some teamwork.
Controls are real snappy. How's the maneuverability?
You tell me. Point your navigational disposition between the two suns.
it is going to be like the Darksaber, where it's going to be a bit difficult to adjust, but you'll get the hang of it. Aww. It's so nice.
You mind answering a few questions? How did it jump?
It didn't power up its hyperdrives.
Well, how was it?
Wizard.
Those J-Tech pulse engines really tighten the old evacuation port, don't they? Oh, by the way, an old friend of yours dropped by, said she was looking for you.
A friend of mine?
Here we
Don't
go.
worry. I told her.
What's the bounty?
No bounty. We need muscle.
Boba Fett.
He sure would appreciate it.
Let's get some tie-in.
Tell him it's on the house.
Oh!
I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
You know what? I enjoyed that episode of The Mandalorian, not gonna lie. Look, we didn't even see Boba in this episode, so can we even call this an episode? This is more like a prequel to Mando Season 3, if anything. Because it was, literally, it gives... Like, it doesn't delve into... Like, with Season 3, Episode 1, we're not delving into, I guess, the fluff of what Mando's been doing post-Mando Season 2. But it was just so good. And it is ironic that this episode is probably my favorite so far, focusing on Mando, but I just missed Mando so much, and just seeing him intending to go for Grogu, for him dealing with the armor and that other guy, of course, and essentially facing exile in a sense from, you know, the Mandalorian creed in a sense. It was just so good. I just love this episode so much. And I will say, I'm gonna miss the spaciousness that the Razor Crest had to offer. So, especially when it comes to bounty hunting or whatever, like if you need muscle yourself, like you did in the finale of Season 1, it's gonna be a bit cramped. I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of way to deal with that situation, but still, brilliant stuff. That episode was so good, though. Oh, it makes me kind of hyped for Season 3 of The Mandalorian, because this was essentially a prequel to Season 3 of The Mandalorian. But it was also my favorite episode of the Book of Boba Fett, which it does sound bad to say, because obviously this episode had no Boba in it whatsoever, and this was essentially a Mandalorian episode. So, but I just think with how everything played out with Mando facing the Armorer and Paz Vizsla, and you had Peli return as well. Just everything that happened was just so wizard, wasn't it? Even seeing how Mando was getting to grips with, or lack of, in the beginning, with the Darksaber, and even injuring himself, just to show how dangerous it is to wield a weapon of something like a lightsaber or a Darksaber. How it is for someone who has no training whatsoever. So it was really, really great to have that kind of to have that kind of training with the armorer and Mando. So yeah, but with this, I mean, I say this is a pretty great way of getting all the stuff of what Mando's been doing since episode 8, season 2 out the way before we do kick into I guess the real focus for season 3 of The Mandalorian. I do feel like this could have worked for episode 1 of season 3 of The Mandalorian, but also with how things ended, I feel like it's okay to include it in the book of Boba, because I'm assuming the next episode we're not going to see Mando, given his comment about how it seems to indicate he's going to be checking up on Grogu potentially, and that way he makes, like, that way we see a very, very tense battle with Boba's crew and the Pike Syndicate, and Mando comes to level it out in a sense, especially with the Darksaber in hand. That way we don't risk Mando just wiping the floor with the Pike Syndicate and making them basically bitches. So yeah, because the way that I interpret that final bit from Mando was that he's going off to get Grogu, and yeah, I feel like it is very, very comforting to know that I think in season 3 we are definitely going to be getting more Grogu, because the way things ended with season 2, obviously that would be a very, very neat way to wrap up Grogu's story. But I'm always a sucker for more Grogu content if, of course, there is a lot more story to tell. So they've obviously got plans to introduce Grogu again with what the armorer smelted the spear into with the cockpit as well. As soon as he saw the little dome behind the main cockpit, I'm like, and replacing the droid cockpit, I'm like, they haven't gone and created Grogu his own, yeah. Oh, it's so wholesome though, and I really, really love it. So, oh man, but what a fantastic episode. It was really great opening this episode as well with how Mando was back to his old ways, of course, acquiring bounties, and yeah. I'm just trying to think though, like in terms of like if he wants to do more bounty work, of course, it's going to be a bit of a problem unless he does get a bit of an upgrade, but I think he is getting adjusted to the N1 Starfighter, of course, just especially with how he reacted after giving it a bit of a test run, which was a really, really good mirror to episode 1, of course, with the pod race, of course. So, yeah, but still, it does make me think about how Mando is going to bring in his prey warm, to to quote him. That was really, really good that he referenced that again. Like, I especially love it because I think it was in season 1 that someone used that line and he's like, that's my line, and he went ballistic on that pilot that used that line. So yeah, it was pretty great stuff. But yeah, I really loved the opening sequence. Like I said, it was really good to see how Mando was struggling with the Darksaber, because obviously the weight of the blade itself, it's going to be a bit of a difficulty for someone who really doesn't have that much training in a sense. So and Mando won it without, I guess, any kind of context in terms of, well, if you win it, if you beat someone who has the Darksaber in combat, then the Darksaber is yours. So obviously everyone else knows about the legend, and is, you know, those Mandalores, they prepare, and voila. So but speaking of the Darksaber, I really loved how we had the Paz Vizsla and Mando fight. Like, as soon as he started running his mouth, I'm like, is he cashing in? He's cashing in. And yeah, it was obviously Mando was going to win this one, but obviously there is that history as well there is that heritage, and he was not. He sought the opportunity and took it. So, but it was really heartbreaking to see what was followed after, where he was essentially kicked out of his own religion. So, but I am really, really glad that Mando did admit to it, because it is worth it, in my opinion, him taking the helmet off. So I just found it very, very sad that he's like, well, the armor was like, there are these minds you could, go and forgive yourself to be forgiven towards, and Mando's like, but the minds have been destroyed. And that armor is like, well, that sucks for you, buddy. So it is really, really sucky, but I feel like that's I feel like a lot of these events are setting up for season 3 of The Mandalorian, because obviously it's not going to be the dreaded 20-odd episode run. So we're getting out of all of these areas to set things up for season 3 of The Mandalorian, where Mandalore is potentially going to play some importance. Grogu's going to play some importance, as well as anything else. So I do really, really like how we kind of dealt with that, like in this episode. So it doesn't feel rushed or anything. So it might have worked as an opening episode for season 3 of The Mandalorian, but I'm not sure what their plan. I'm not sure what the full detail of their plans are for season 3 of The Mandalorian. So it's great to get past all of these checkpoints and set things up for season 3, as well as the way things closed for this episode. So yeah, but still, it was really, really great to see the armorer again, as well as Paz Vizsla. So yeah, but also a heavy blow with Mando being so devoted to his religion. Like he even was after essentially being kicked out. But it was a low blow for me. So I just felt so bad for Mando. But like I said, this is in my opinion, because there was this expectancy, I guess, at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian that Mando is going to try and give Mandalore a second chance. So and I feel like this episode kind of strengthens that idea that he may be Bo-Katan as well, because I feel like there is unfinished business there with Mando and Bo, especially in regards to how things was went a bit off the rails in terms of the plan, because obviously Bo wanted the Darksaber, but Mando beat Moff Gideon, and so. But I feel like it does set things up really, really neatly for Mando season 3, potentially with Mandalore being salvaged again, and maybe even Mando trying to redeem himself. So we'll just have to wait and see how things proceed. But really, really thought this was great. I also really loved the flashback of the Purge as well. Was not expecting that. So that was really, really great stuff. Seeing Mandalore in live action and seeing it just basically being bombed to hell. Obviously, we've heard from Boba about how the planet was basically turned to glass by the Empire, and we got to see how the Empire, in their numbers, was annihilating the hell out of Mandalore. So it was a pretty cool visual to see. So yeah, but that was pretty great stuff. So yeah, was not expecting that whatsoever, but there were a lot of fun. Like, I had a lot of fun with this episode. This was an episode where I'm excited to watch this again on the weekend, because my girlfriend is watching Book of Boba Fett and she's been enjoying it. She enjoyed The Mandalorian so much, and I feel like she's going to enjoy this one, because I certainly enjoyed this, and I definitely do want to see this a second time around, just because it's a really, really fun episode, and it really does give you a great idea on filling in what Mando has been doing after after the events of season 2, so as well as set things up for season 3. It's a nice medium point. So, but there's a lot of fun sequences. Even the bloody, I really love essentially the space cops as well. Like there was even that pilot that has had a run-in with Mando before. So yeah, and there is that benefit of the Razor Crest 2, as I'm now dubbing it. I'm dubbing it the Razor Crest 2 until noted otherwise. But there is one benefit. Well, there are a plethora of benefits, but in the Razor Crest, he would have had a long, arduous fight with the New Republic X-Wings. That would have resulted in him and Grogu facing spiders, for example. Now he can get confronted by the space cops, basically, and he bolts it, and they have no chance whatsoever. So I really, really loved that, and I feel like that impressed. The running, running through Beggar's Canyon. I feel like those elements definitely did impress Mando the most. But now he no longer needs to worry about the New Republic giving him hassle. So, because it's been a couple of occasions that he's had hassling from the New Republic, and now he could just stick the middle finger up and just book it. So, I really, really thought that was pretty fun stuff. As well as the Rodian kid that was looking over the seat like a child, and even going through airport security, like the troubles of being a Mandalorian when weapons are part of your religion, and the robot's like, yeah, no, that's not how it's gonna work. So, like I said, it would have been so funny to imagine that being lost in luggage, the Darksaber being like, how did you lose the Darksaber? Well, I lost it in airport security. So that would have been a story, but no, I loved this episode so much. Like I said, it was really great seeing Peli return. Interesting information that came out from her, especially about the Jawa. So yeah, but it was really great, and I have to say Bryce Dallas Howard did phenomenal with the camera work. Like there was a lot of the shots. There was even that long take when he after he finished his bounty in the beginning of this episode, which I thought was really, really glorious. But there was some really, really good camera work in this. Even like the run through Beggar's Canyon, you were just getting nostalgia flashbacks from the Phantom Menace. It wasn't just the location, it was just the POV and whatnot. It was just really incredible. So really thought this episode was superb. Yeah, I loved it so much, and I'm excited to see how we catch up with Boba in the next episode. So, and if, of course, Mando does make it back in time just to wipe out the floor with the Pikes, and yeah, so looking forward to seeing where things go. But yeah, fantastic episode. I loved it. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!